Hi everyone, it's Harry. This is kind of like a buyer alert, which I typically don't do, but I thought it would be appropriate that I do this because what I've noticed in the first half of November is a significant change in the pricing of Calgary real estate. For some reason, the real estate price has just plummeted by 6% versus the October numbers. So what does that mean? Our October overall average was 640. Now it's sub six, and what used to be eight over eight is now 736. So this is a true buying opportunity that's developed, and I think all of it's due to a couple of things. People are basically leery of doing any big purchase items, especially on the buy side for houses, because of all the financial instability caused by the trade wars finally catching up to us. And also the labor unrest that we've seen in Alberta, I think are starting to work its way through the system. So what I'm suggesting is that if you're in a market to buy and you're financially stable, you should look at it quite closely. As we approach Christmas, we'll find the inventory fall off, but for the first time, I'm seeing the prices fall off as well, which surprises me because we've gone through two Bank of Canada rate adjustments downward by a quarter point, which should have stabilized the prices. In fact, should have increased the prices, and we did see it on the first reduction when we went from September to October. Prices did increase about 3 or 4%. Now they backed off severely. And based on economic theory and what we've seen of how housing prices change with interest rates, I would have not expected a drop. I would have expect stabilization and not dropping prices. I think my only way to basically come up with an idea of what's causing it is basically a combination of labor unrest, as I said earlier, as well as the uncertainty caused by our trade wars finally affecting folks. And because of that, I've also noticed that the big major banks haven't reduced their mortgage interest rates as quickly as the Bank of Canada. They're trying to build in some security or insurance factors on their mortgage rates, so they haven't passed through all the savings that they've incurred. So that's something to think about. But all that aside, it's created an interesting buying opportunity to folks. So hence a buying alert for those who are buying. And if you're selling, as I've chatted with some of my clients, if you can postpone it, let's postpone it till closer to spring, because we've got to get all this uncertainty out of the way. And given that our president down south seems to be facing some political issues, we might find a little tempering in this trade disagreement. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. It's Harry, obviously. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Bye now.